If you walked into a rainforest, you would notice that it is a paradoxical marriage of life and death in one single body. There are these new saplings, tender and green, shooting up from the ground. But not far away from them, in fact, just beneath them, there would be these dead tree trunks split open and slowly decomposing into the earth. They are home to insects, fungi, and are nourishment for these new saplings. So this is how the dead holds the new in a forest. This is how the forest regenerates. It does not treat its decaying matter as waste, but lets it transform into soil. And remember, these forests are older than our civilizations and some of the gods and goddesses in the forms that we imagine them. So when forests reveal something, we must pay attention. But we humans do the opposite. We exile our waste, our sick, our dying, so that we don't have to deal with them. But the truth is that this whole world is already a cremation ground. Buddha showed this through the story of Kisa Gotami. Kisa Gotami was a grieving mother who lost her child. She came to Buddha and begged him to revive her dead child. Buddha asked her to go around the village and get a mustard seed from a house which has never seen death. So she goes around and finds that there was no house that has not seen a loss of this kind, that has not seen death. This moment touches her so deeply that it paves the way for her own liberation. So no house is far away from the cremation ground, from Shamshana. And I want to pause here to talk about this word Shamshana or cremation ground. It frightens us because we are never prepared to go there. But yogis go there and meditate not because they like to be frightened, but because it is a place of truth. It is the only place that grounds us in the reality that we try to hide in our ordinary life. The mind is very good at tricking us into believing that we can escape what everyone else might face. But the truth is undeniable in Shamshan. And this is why Ma Kali is said to reside in the Shamshana, in the cremation ground. Because she is not this goddess who would help you sit deeper in denial. But she is that force that will pull the rug from beneath your feet for your own good. Not because you or I are special, but because this is how things have always been. Stars collapse, galaxies collide. The universe is expanding into something we do not even understand. Impermanence is this fabric of reality which makes the dance of Shiva and Shakti. And this is where the image confronts us. Ma Kali, wild and uncontainable, dancing and stomping. And beneath her, lying still, is Lord Shiva, the ground that receives her. Oh my God, what kind of a relationship is this? A woman dancing on top of her beloved? What does this say to us about power, intimacy, and love? This image is showing us their eternal relationship, intimacy in its most cosmic form. James Hillman, the depth psychologist, once said that the psyche moves and communicates with images. And this image of Ma Kali dancing on top of Lord Shiva moves something deep in our psyche. It unsettles us, it provokes us, it makes us question. Evolution happens fast when we confront and integrate an image so powerful that it breaks our old mental models and rearranges us from inside out, giving us a deeper capacity to live. Abhinav Gupta, the great Kashmiri philosopher, called this union as Prakasha and Vimarsha. Shiva is Prakasha, pure luminous awareness, and Ma Kali is Vimarsha, the self-reflective power of that awareness. Without Shakti or Ma Kali, Shiva is inert just like a corpse. And without Shiva-like awareness, Ma Kali is pure chaos. Their union is this dancing cosmos, whose creative power we experience as awe and beauty. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Ma Kali is that pure pulse of energy that is raw, unfiltered and wild. She's in you, me, everything. If she's met with Shiva-like awareness that receives her with purity, then her movement transforms into rhythm, into a dance, and the fear of death transforms into intimacy with life. Marian Woodman, the Jungian analyst, put it starkly. She said that when we split the feminine from her death aspect, that is the part of her that accepts the endings, the decay, the destruction, the loss as necessary parts of wholeness, she becomes sentimental, a false mother. The real mother knows that life and death walk together. When we split life into positive and negative, we celebrate growth, fertility, and nurturing, but deny and repress death, decay, darkness. This denial makes the feminine one-sided, soft, sentimental, overly motherly, and it's kind of a comforting mask that just avoids the truth. It is shallow and it is nice, but it is not transformative. In her own life, she was plunged into chaos, into illness, the dark maternal matrix of the psyche. She imagined it as a crocodile, buried in mud, whispering, "Why bother? Just give up." She called this a fearful confrontation with the death mother. But she also knew that avoiding it meant literal death, because denial is costly. It would have cost her both her health as well as her soul's growth. Facing it is what gave her life back, not as it was before, but transformed. And it also became a source of her creative and spiritual life. So how do we hold this image of Ma Kali dancing on top of Lord Shiva? We started with the forest, where life and death live together. The psyche too is just like a forest. What we fear here, chaos, death of certainty, it's not waste. It could be nourishing and transformative if we hold it with witness consciousness and let it evolve into a creative rhythm. The forest, the psyche, the cosmos, all are moved by this same law of impermanence. Ma Kali's image dancing on top of Lord Shiva is just this law made visible. Terrifying, yet profoundly liberating. Thank you so much for joining me in this exploration. If this video nourished you in any way, please give it a like and share it with your friends and family members. I've recently opened up my YouTube memberships, so do consider supporting me there. And if you're new here, definitely subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.